groups that's really behind the Capitol and is sleeping over in the Capitol every single night is the students. And here in New York at UAlbany, we've got a student group that's really getting active, and I want to introduce Colin Donarama, student at SUNY Albany, representing Save Our SUNY.
Good afternoon. My name is Colin. I'm a doctoral student at the University of Albany. I'm not used to speaking after congressmen and assembly members. This is great. I'm also an organizer for the Save Our SUNY Coalition. You see some folks behind me here. It's a coalition of students, faculty, and staff from SUNY who are fighting to defend public higher education, which is under attack in New York at this time. Today we are here. We are here to stand in solidarity with the people of Wisconsin. It has been particularly inspiring to see the prominent role that students have taken in this fight. Over the last few weeks, we have seen undergraduates standing side by side with firefighters. We've seen graduate students marching with public school teachers. We've seen teaching assistants sleeping out on cold marble floors every night. While the specific threats that they're facing in Wisconsin are different than those in New York, we share a commonality. And that commonality is that our state elected officials are prioritizing private interests and private wealth over public institutions, public students, and public workers, and that is not acceptable. What we are facing at SUNY is nothing short of the dismantling and privatization of our system of higher education in New York State. Over the last 4 years, our budgets have been cut by over 35%. This year, the state is proposing an additional cut in funding of nearly another 10% of SUNY. That means that in the last 5 years, our university system, which has already been operating on a shoestring, will have lost half of its funding nearly. At my campus at SUNY Albany, our administration has already responded to these cuts by cutting 5 core academic programs. Classics, theater, French, Italian, Russian, gone. They have threatened more cuts to the core academic mission of our university. We as a coalition have condemned these cuts in no uncertain terms, and we have aggressively organized against them. But we realize that the core origin of this problem is the lack of support and the lack of prioritization at the state level. What does it say about the value of our elected officials and their priorities when they take off the table a small extension in taxes to millionaires and billionaires? When they refuse to consider putting the smallest surcharge on stock exchanges in Wall Street? When they can find billions of dollars to support a system of mass incarceration that imprisons youth, primarily youth of color in the state, yet they can't find money to educate them? If the plan that the Chancellor of SUNY and the Governor goes forward and comes to fruition, students are facing a triple-edged sword. 1, higher tuition. The Chancellor of the SUNY system has called for a 5-year plan of increasing tuition every year from 2012 to 2017. This will price many working-class youth and families out of being able to receive a higher education in New York. The second edge of that sword is what the state is calling public-private partnerships. Make no mistake, brothers and sisters, that means the privatization of public higher education in New York. They want to bring more corporations onto our campus, and it's going to ruin the public nature of our education system. It's the only way that corporations want to come onto SUNY, it's not for altruistic purposes. They don't want to further our education. They want to make a buck. Third, the funding cuts that I've already referenced. They threaten to increase class size, reduce professors, to replace prominent educators with part-time adjunct faculty and teaching assistants that don't receive benefits, that don't get a living wage, and it's going to gut our system of education. In short, this means that students in New York will be asked to pay more tuition, to go further into debt, to receive a lower quality education on campuses increasingly run by corporations. Let me be perfectly clear. This state of affairs is completely unacceptable. We plan to follow the lead of students and workers in Wisconsin and oppose this. We ask you to stand with us. And what we pledge today is that as students, as members of the university, we will stand with workers, we will stand with unions, we will stand with progressive activist organizations in this region, and stand with you. That's the true message that has come out of Wisconsin. It's the power of strength when we combine our forces and our shared interests. In conclusion, let us show our support for the people of Wisconsin by extending their struggle to New York. It's true what a speaker said earlier. In Wisconsin, what has happened is that workers, students, and activists have combined what has been awoken as a sleeping giant. When we combine our forces together, we are the majority. We have the power. And we are the ones we've been waiting for. Thank you.